Oh, hi. Hiya. You're back. You're back again, are you? Oh my God, you're not. You are? Oh, come here. Stay here. Some people want to see dogs. They don't want to see me. These are dogs, look. This is one dog and this is another and I'm here. Right, just before you get comfy, get your tea and bickies on the go. This video that I'm about to present is not one for anyone who wants to buy a vacuum cleaner, because this particular vacuum that I'll be demoing in this video, you cannot buy it for love nor money. As rare as hen's teeth, or what's the other term they used to say? Rocking horse, I won't say the actual word, rocking horse excrement. It's a big word, you'll have to look it up, some of you young'uns, in a dictionary. You don't know what a dictionary is? Well, there'll be one online. But in my day, a dictionary was a book. You used to have to get off a shelf, and normally when you first get the dictionary, you look up all the dirty words. Yes, Daisy, this is Molly, okay? She won't be hanging around long, will you? No. Let me just get that nasty bit. There we are. Good girl. Now you sit nicely. And this is Madam. A little bit overweight, long-haired, miniature Dachshund, Daxy, whatever you call her. Anyway, this is Daisy May. Well, Daisy, but we call her Daisy May, don't we, darling? Yes. And Daisy and Molly help, well, Daisy mainly helps to provide the hairs I use in the demos. If I don't have any dog hair to hand, I just get a lawnmower and mow my back, and then I spread it round on the floor, don't I? I do. But anyway, they've not come to see me with a dog. Let me just have a drink. I'll let you out in a moment. Yes, hang on. It's better. It's non-alcoholic, this. Just, I don't drink, you know. Boring old fart. So I'm trying to keep it sucked in. Okay, right. So that's a little bit about me. Well, not really much about me. And a little bit about the dogs. Yes. Oh, what's up with you? Oh, I know what she's after. I've just come home from work. And Daisy, she's had a treat, haven't you? You've had your treat. What do you want? Do you know what your food is? No, it's too early. She's had a treat, and now she wants her ball, don't you? Well, you're not getting it from me, because I've got things to be doing. At 1 o'clock, a nice man from Ocado is delivering my shopping. I believe he's called William, and he's going to be in the strawberry van, so that'll be something to look forward to. And when William has delivered my shopping, I will have my lunch. But before that, I'll be doing this video. So, enough of this. Like I say, switch off now if you're not interested in, I don't know, 20 minutes to half an hour of me droning on about this Karcher TSC 555 cylinder vacuum cleaner with remote control and power-driven nozzle. You can't buy it, so if you're looking to buy a vacuum cleaner, you can look at my other videos, because there's quite a lot of machines still available to buy, and I do full demos of those if you're so interested. Like I say, this video is mainly aimed at you collectors. Yes, people actually collect vacuum cleaners. Whether you're a collector, or you just like vacuum cleaners, or you have some perverted fetish for vacuum cleaners, you've come to the right place. Although the perverted bit, that's not really my avenue. You will find a few videos, possibly on YouTube, which involve vacuum cleaners and perversions. So if you like bare feet, socks, sucking up various things with a vacuum cleaner, wearing high heels. I believe there's a chap, and yes, it is a man, I'm pretty sure, judging by the legs. There is, I don't know if it's still there, I came across them once, and there's some bizarre person, you just see the high heels, the muscular veiny legs, at least they've been waxed, and various vacuum cleaners picking up balloons and Lego bricks and things. So I'm afraid if you've come for that sort of filth, you'll have to go elsewhere. If you just want to know about this, you're in the right place. So, that's the long preamble, just to get your juices flowing. Let's get on with the tour of this Karcher. I feel like a hostess on sale of the century, again showing my age. And, of course, if you're not from the UK and you're not of a certain age, you won't know what sale of the century is. Google it, YouTube it. Nicholas Parsons, he was a legend in my house. Anyway, so here we are. I'm stroking a vacuum cleaner. Where could be stroking a dog? Far nicer to stroke a dog. Isn't it? It is. Done this for long enough. I'm going to get all sorts of flack, I'm sure. But anyway, on with the show. Well then, Here it is. It's a Karcher TSC 555. I've never ever seen another one of these since I was lucky enough to find it. I've had it a few years. Got it from that fairly well-known auction site, eBay, I believe it's called. And the seller obviously didn't know really what he had and just pictured a very, very tatty box, didn't show the contents, said it had been in his shed for many years, and he didn't offer postage. I believe the starting bid was £9.99. So normally if they don't offer postage I just forget it, but I thought, quite like the look of this, so I managed to search what a TSC 555 was on the internet and saw a picture of it, saw that it had a power head and remote control, and thought, well, I'll ask the seller, he might post it, he's got the box, and yes, he said he would post it. And as I was the only bidder, I got it for £9.99 plus postage, which was probably about a tenner then. So about 20 quid all in all this cost me, and when I opened it, indeed it was brand new and unused. This is one machine that I doubt I'll ever get rid of, because there's no way I'm going to get another one like this, certainly not in this condition. And I really like it. It's, well, I'll explain everything to you as we go along, shall we? Anyway, here it is. It's a very boring colour. Probably took a leaf out of Seebo's book when they decided on the colour for this. Again, grey. Would look quite different if it was in a nice bright yellow or red or something, but it's grey. Karcher is a German company, obviously most famous for their pressure washers and now window vacs. This I don't think is actually made in Germany. I'll have to look underneath. I'm not sure if it gives me place of production, but I think it possibly is Taiwan or Korea, somewhere like that anyway. I don't think it's German somehow, but anyway. If somebody watching knows about this machine, they can tell me a bit more about it, because I don't really know nothing. I know nothing much about this, apart from obviously what I'm going to tell you. So here's the unit itself. And let's show you the main unit. Take the hose off and put that to one side so we can concentrate initially on the cleaner. So it's very lightweight. This is a very good feature. A handle. I wish more vacuums of this style would have a handle here, because it makes it very easy for when you're cleaning the stairs to have a handle here. Most cleaners have a handle here, as indeed this one does as well. You've got a carry handle there, but to have this little fold away handle in the middle at the point of balance does make it very good. It's very creaky. It's very well made actually, despite the creaking. Where's that my bones? I'm not sure. We do have some tools on board with this. Under this little flap, ta-da! We have quite a small dusting brush, but fairly soft brushes, and you can adjust it to a different angle if you're doing like the top of your bookcase or something, or your pelmets, top of your curtain rail. You can adjust it like that. You can have it at other angles, but it's sort of, I'd say mainly that's the main one, or that. And also you've got a very small, very short and stubby little crevice tool that's also inside. There is another tool you get which is also on board but not stored inside, and I'll show you that when I show you the hose and tube. Right, so that goes in. Right, while I'm here at the back, we have the exhaust filter. So to access that, I just press down on this bit. Now I have cheated a bit, as you'll see when if you can just quite pick what that says. It's a bit black with carbon dust. Anyway, this is a Miele air clean filter that I've cut to fit. Not dissimilar to the filter that was in place, but I can't buy new filters for this, so I've had to improvise, and it does quite a good job. Probably better than the one that was fitted. It's nothing much to see. Nothing to see here behind. Just another grill. So that's your final exhaust filter, so of course it exhausts out the back, which isn't the best place for it to exhaust if you were using on stairs in this position. Then it's obviously blocking most of the exhaust. Some exhaust air will get out, but it is obstructing it. Going up the body, have a little on-off. This is the mains on-off switch. Two other switches here. You've got the automatic cord rewind. Where's the cord? The cord comes out here at the bottom. Now this plug was actually fitted on this machine, so it either comes after the time when appliances had to have fitted plugs, or it was just happened to be one of the appliances that did have a fitted plug, because you could buy, even before it was law in the UK, some manufacturers did actually have fitted plugs on before it became a standard. So, but that one was actually fitted to the machine. So that's the auto flex. It is a little bit sluggish. It's better if I pull out the flex fully. But anyway, that goes in there. In the middle, pretty familiar piston type bag check indicator. Obviously that moves up and down as you're cleaning. If you restrict the airflow, that will go to red. Now this button here, this is an unusual little thing. I've never seen it on a vacuum cleaner, not in this country. Possibly this feature may be in Japan, where I know they're very fastidious. But anyway, I don't know if you can quite see what that is. Just about. Well, that is supposed to be a dust mite. And I'll be showing you what that button does a bit later on. So that's something to stay tuned for. Oh, I bet you're excited, aren't you? I know I am. Also, this is another thing that some Miele cleaners used to have. You've got your hose inlet here, but you can close it off. So if you're storing the machine away with the tools separately, you can close that up so no naughty dust mites who've managed to escape what this button does. If any dust mites have survived after I've pressed that button, they can't get out of here because I've closed their front door, you see. So anyway, under that, this is a swivel connection. And I don't know if you can quite catch it on screen, but anyway, there is a connection in there that enables the hose to get its power from the main machine to power the power head and the remote control. So that's that. And at the front here, you've got your little catch which opens up to reveal the bag. I think this only came with a couple of bags. I've probably only on the second bag now, and they're paper, and it comes out like that, quite small. So that's the bag. Fairly good at filtering actually, but I found I've not actually used any of these. I'll just excuse me while I lean behind my tripod. Ooh. These bags I've got which actually fit this machine. They fit LG, Daewoo, Nilfisk, On, Philips, Proline and Samsung, and Tesco models as well. But when I searched for bags for this, Karcher TSC 555, this is what came up. And they're Unifit by the looks of them, but they are better because they're a fabric. So this is probably larger, it is considerably larger actually, than the bag you get with the machine, but I believe to take the bag out to dispose of it, you've got a little clip here, and then that comes off, and then actually you've got a little sticky thing, not so sticky, but you can actually stick that over and seal the bag before you take it to the bin, so you shouldn't have any dirt coming out. So yes, it should fit. I've never actually tried it, to be honest, but it will go in at some point. There's no arrow on this. After I've done the demo of this, I probably will have to put a new bag in. I'm hoping it's going to fit. All the years I've had the... oh yes, there we are. Just goes in a different way. So that's... so I don't know how much the performance will improve with this bag. It might be slightly better actually. And that That's that. So it does fit. The original bag has a little arrow, you just see there, which you direct to the front, I believe, and then you just clip it in. So that's your first form of defence, your first filter. It's more than this. I think it's more than a single layer bag. It could be a double layered, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's your first filter there. And then you get this second sort of basket filter. You don't get this. Oh God, that takes me back. That's 1983 when I smell that smell. Orchard Blossom from Hoover, first fitted to their turbo powers. Oh, bliss. So I tend to use, I've got quite a lot of these still, fortunately. I tend to use this type of air freshener a lot in various vacuums I have. I don't like to have it in contact with any plastic parts just in case. But in this case, it's in contact with this sort of plasticky, fabricy stuff. I'm not sure what it is, but anyway, it is washable, I believe. So that's another filter. And then there is yet another filter, and again it looks like it's one of my Heath Robinson cut to fit types. I think, oh, it could be another. Actually, no, it might. I don't think I have changed it. This might be the original. It looks like looks a bit big for it, but I can't remember actually fitting a new one to the motor filter, but because it's quite very well. If I've done it, I've done it very well, because it's the holes I've had to cut, if I've had to cut them for these little lugs, are quite good. So I think that's probably the original. But again, if I was to Daisy, again, if I was to replace this, I'd probably cut a Miele air clean filter to fit. But looking at the bag compartment now, I mean, it has had some use, not excessive of course, but it has had some. But looking at this bag compartment, it is still pretty clean. So obviously if you weren't to put this in, it probably would get a lot dirtier. So that goes in there. And then the bag back in there. It just fits at an angle like that. And then we close the bag door. You've got two wheels on the back. And unusually for such a small cleaner, we have two casters at the front. They don't feel as smooth as a Miele or Sebo, but they're pretty well made. Now, wipe the dog hairs off. We can have a look at the rating plate here. See if you can catch that. I can't read that while I'm showing you, so quick read, digest. There you go. So, doesn't actually say. No, it doesn't actually say. Oh no, it does. It does say it's made in ROK. Is that Korea? I think ROK is Korea. R-O-K. It's not China, definitely. I think R-O-K is Korea. I will check that. I should have Googled that first, but I think it is Korea. So it's 1150 watts or 1400 watt max. Alfred Karcher GmbH & Co. So there we go, it's got various symbols. I know that means double insulated, and that CE mark is something to do with some European mark, and I don't know what these mean. But anyway, I think it means that it's pretty safe electrically. So that's the main body of the unit. Like I say, it's very light and very compact, and it's unusual to get such a small lightweight machine that has a power head, albeit quite a lightweight power head, but one that still performs very well. Right, let's get to the hose now. Let's disconnect the tube first. We'll show you the power head later. It's quite a short hose, and it has a sort of a skin on. Now, I think it's probably better than the first hose I had that had like a skin over it was for my Hoover Centronic Total System 5. The very first variants of those cleaners that had power hoses had a sort of a skin membrane, a coloured. Mine was dark brown, so it had a dark brown skin on the outer, and then inside it had a cream colour skin, and then there was other insulation, but it would soon split at points of stress. It started splitting, but within weeks of me owning it. But Hoover did send me a new type of hose. But so far, obviously, it's not had a huge amount of use. this does actually seem quite robust, and you may just be able to see it does have some sort of reinforcements. There are lines going that way as well. There, you can see that there. Anyway, here's the hose end, which has got the connectors there. To release it from the machine, you press that. And actually fitting it to the machine, you do have to line it up with, obviously you've got to line up this part with a little indentation on the machine. So you just push that and it clicks into place. And I think it's 360-degree swivel. Let's see. Yes, it is. So that's a complete swivel hose. This clip here, that's just used when you're storing the machine, which I'll show you why, but that just comes off there to release the hose from the handle. And here is the handle. And I have seen another maker vacuum. Again, comment below if you'd like to tell me anything you know about this machine, but I have seen other cleaners, and I think there were Japanese companies that had a similar handle to that. So here we have the controls. So basically you can turn the machine on and off and adjust the power just by moving this dial like that. You've also got a separate little switch here to turn the power head on and off, so you can turn it off and on like that, and you've got a little button here to release the tube. And speaking of tubes, it's a two-piece set, plastic, but you know, quite tough. But being plastic, they're light. Again, they've got the push button fitting. You've got your connectors there. So you've got two holes there and two pins there. So they just lock together. Line them up, and a nice firm click. And you can only release them when you press the button. And it is a bit stiff, but it does come away. It's got a nice little seal as well here around the top to keep the suction in. So that's that. The second tube, more or less identical to the first one, apart from it has this. This is a dual purpose bracket, so this is the parking bracket when you're storing the machine, if you store it all assembled. Plus it also holds this, which is quite a good upholstery or stair nozzle. Though I don't use this on stairs because the power nozzle, being very lightweight, it's ideal for stairs, it's excellent. It's also good for your mattress. It's good for upholstery as well, but that you'd use a more delicate upholstery in your curtains. And that fits just on the handle like that. So again, that plugs in to the other handle. Unless you're very, very short, you will need both of them. Now onto this very, very lightweight power nozzle. This is the lightest power nozzle I've ever seen, and it doesn't seem, when you turn it over, excuse any dirt, I did try and pick off some dirt before I showed you this, but obviously it's a used machine. Quite short brushes, and they're not particularly stiff, they're quite soft. But although I've never done a sort of a torture test on this, I will be, but in general use I found it very, very good. And it's very quiet as well. Now it is showing a few signs of wear actually. On the back here where you've got your little sealing strip, that's getting a bit worn now. It's actually only 25 watts. 25 watt motor. You've got two little wheels at the front, two larger ones at the back. You've got an exposed wire that takes the power to the little motor. So obviously when you connect the tube, the power is taken from the cleaner and goes through that little cable into the little motor. To get to the brush, if you need to give it a good clean, you've got two little catches either side, and then you can remove that. So now we've got a bit more access and there's a little belt, and it is toothed. Yes, there's a little toothed belt there. So I suppose you could change that if you needed to, if belts were available still. And I don't think it's got any sort of cut-off, so if you do jam the belt, I think you have to switch off pretty sharpish. You can see quite a large inlet there for the suction. So that's that. And the bumper that goes mostly nearly all round the machine also helps to seal when you've taken this off, because it forms part of the suction seal there. Oh, some neighbour's mowing his lawn. Thank you for spoiling my video, you so-and-so. Right, there we go. So that's that. And that fits on in the same way as the other tube, directly onto the end there. And when you're storing the machine away, if you do store it completely assembled, that's what this clip's for. We can just pop that onto there. Just quite see that. Can you see there? There we go. It's a bit better. Then you can see like that. And then, just to keep the hose, which you can't see, but to keep the hose a little bit more neat in with the machine when you're putting it in a cupboard, we've got, let me lower it, oh, I'm going to have to take it off, come on. It's a bit awkward, there we are. There we go. So that holds it sort of together. You can see, you can move this clip up and down if I wanted it up a bit higher. I found that area, there's a little bracket thing there, and you just go like that and it stores away. Right then, let's get some muck down, shall we? I'm not doing a full sort of demo because obviously it's not, I'm not trying to persuade you to buy this, or well, make me an offer, £1,000 and it's yours. No, I wouldn't part with my mini little Karcher. But I will show you it picking up using the power head, and of course you'll be able to gauge slightly how noisy it is. And that's it. So I'll wait until whichever neighbour is mowing his lawn is finished, and next time you see this, there'll be a lot of muck to clean up. Well, I haven't chucked my muck yet on the carpet. I thought I'd just show you the machine turned on first before I do my little demo. So it's plugged in and it's switched on at the main switch on the cleaner itself. So basically, to turn it on, I just slide this little slide control. So, well, no, that's about the minimum I can go suction wise. And here you see a little triangle with an E. Can you just see that? Obviously in that mode it's in economy setting until we go up to the maximum. So that's full power. So again, it's hard to judge how noisy something is on a video, but that is quiet. I'll show you the power head. Now the thing with the power head is what I absolutely adore this cleaner for. You can, and this is the case with a lot of cleaners that have power heads, you can connect the power head directly to the handle. So now you've got a very efficient handheld unit. So this is excellent for stairs. It's so light. It's great for doing the stairs. If you want to do your mattress, give your mattress a good deep clean, it's good for that, and it's also good for your upholstery as well. Not anything that with loose coverings, certainly not your curtains either, but it really is effective at cleaning. So I'll just show you the power head on. So again, the power head is very, very quiet. So it's only a tiny little 25 watt motor, but it seems quite, let me just see how vigorous it feels. No, I mean it's not going to cause too much damage. I wouldn't do that with some vacuum cleaners. In fact, the Maytag that I unboxed recently, I would have my fingers off if I was to do that with that, because wow, is that an aggressive vacuum cleaner. But it's American, you see, and I'm not knocking American people, but American vacuum cleaners on the whole, unless they've been adapted for the UK, have very aggressive brush rolls and I have to be very careful. I'll be doing a full demo of that shortly, but yeah, I have to be very careful not to leave the brush roll rotating in one particular place because it will damage most carpets, certainly UK carpets. So anyway, so that, although it's effective, it's not too aggressive. So that's it. I've shown you the doodah, the thingy-majig, and the whatsamacallit. Now I'm going to put some muck down and do my traditional, if you're a regular viewer, you'll know the routine. I'm going to put a nice big patch of muck down and then go forward and back through the middle, and we'll see what sort of result we have. Well, here's the muck. It's taken from the bag of a Panasonic Icon. I managed to fix that, and of course that's another review that will be coming up. So it's got some of that in, which is basically general household dust and dog hair. And to add a bit more interest, I've put on some couscous, sugar and rolled oats. So we've got, and there were some bits of paper, little paper cuttings as well. So we've got an assortment of particles for the Karcher to deal with. Now, one thing I've never done before, this is an exclusive, a UK premiere. I'm actually going to walk it in a bit. I know, it's exciting. Here we go. I'm going to try. I do apologise for the Crocs. My mum bought me them. I don't wear them outside the house. Well, yes I do, but only around the garden and occasionally at the seaside. They're quite good for that sort of thing. So we're doing the shuffle. Start spreading the news, I'm leaving today. Right. I don't know why I'm like this today. Well, I do, it's my day off tomorrow, so I'm a little bit more manic than normal. Normally if I'm in this mood, my partner comes home and says, "You've been at those energy drinks again, haven't you?" But no, I said no, I'm just high on life. I don't need stimulants. All I need to keep me happy is a dirty carpet and a good vacuum cleaner. And I'm sure a lot of you people out there can relate to that, can't you? There we go. So, ooh, I'm knackered after all that. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Let's do back and forth through the middle and see if this little Karcher can cope. Okay, I'm poised. I'm behind the camera. I've got the handle in my hand. All I have to do now is switch on and get going. Right, that, considering that Karcher bag is pretty chock-a-block, and it's a traditional paper bag, that, I'm pretty pleased with that. Don't you think that's quite a good result? For such a lightweight small head that doesn't look very effective, it's done pretty well. There's a little bit of hair there, but it's dealt with. Certainly all the larger particles have been removed. The sugar, the couscous, the rolled oats, and really majority of the hairs. It has whisked away into the machine. Checking the brush. The brush, I can't see, so I can't see what you're seeing. There we go, I'm behind the camera now. Looking at the brush, it's remained fairly clean. So that, I thought it would do well, but I've never actually tested it, as I said, on anything other than regular dirt. But I'm pretty pleased with that result. So I'll just clean up the rest of this, do a few more shots, and then we'll sum up. So there we go. All that dirt has been successfully removed by this little Karcher TSC 555. What a fantastic little machine this is. Really pleased with it. Like I say, I've had it a few years and it hasn't been out very often. But what I do like about it, like I said, is the power head. It is excellent, and I will be doing, before I pack this little machine away, I will be doing my stairs with it. It's a little bit, the handle is a bit short for me for general all-round house cleaning. It's a little bit bloody washing machine. Yes, I'll be there in a minute. Leaping. You can't turn it off, you know. I've tried. Right, so yes, there it is. Little Karcher. This video has been a little bit more, oh, I don't know what it's been actually. Tried to be a little bit more, well, now I've just come across as a tit, haven't I? Never mind, never mind. At least I'm having a go, aren't I? I'm trying. Here we go, Karcher. So stay tuned if you've enjoyed this. You're warped. But then so many of us are, aren't we? Stay tuned, because I will be travelling far and wide shortly to a place with different carpets. Very dirty carpets. Yes, I'm staying at my mum's for a week. And during that time I'm taking a couple of vacuums with me that you've never seen before. Well, you've not seen demonstrated, and I will also be possibly unboxing something new. I'm not sure yet. Nothing has really tickled my fancy so far. Please don't suggest any vacuums for me to buy. Like one delightful person commented on my Henry video. Sorry, it wasn't my Henry, it's my Hetty video. The comment was, do a Henry. Well, I don't know what that means. Do a Henry? What could that mean? I'm not sure. But anyway, obviously I'm not going to do a Henry. If I do a Henry, which I assume means what was possibly this chap or lady, I'm not sure, meant by saying do a Henry was probably something along the lines of, oh hi, great videos, would it be possible if you could unbox a Henry please? You know, possibly that's what he meant by do a Henry. And of course I won't respond to somebody who says do a Henry. If I happen to open a Henry, it'd be nothing to do with this particular person that asked me, well, demanded that I do a Henry. You can make suggestions if you like. Whether I do them is up to me, isn't it? Anyway, for me and the Karcher TSC 555, Ocado is hopefully just around the corner with my shopping. I'm going to have some lunch and possibly a nice doze on the sofa with 2 dogs. And maybe a bit of television, who knows? The world's my oyster. What an exciting life. See you soon, and thanks for watching. Hello again. I bet you thought you got rid of me. No. Not quite yet. I forgot, didn't I, to show you what this button does. The button with the little cartoon dust mite on it. Right, I'll quickly show you. Basically, what it's supposed to do is increase the heat in the bag. So apparently dust mites don't like a lot of heat. So by pressing this button, heat is generated inside the bag compartment, which is supposed to kill any mites that have been sucked up. I don't think there's many mites in my carpets, and the amount of times they get shampooed, but if any have gone in there, I'm sorry, but it's for the best. I'm going to have to eliminate them. So I won't run through the whole thing because it takes a few seconds, but basically what you do, you take the hose out, you close that. Well, actually you don't have to close that yet. First of all, you can either close that and then press the button, but I like to press the button first and then close. So I'm going to press the button. Ooh, nothing's happened. But once I press that and I close this, like that took in reality probably over a minute, but I've shortened it because I'm sure you don't want to watch this going for a minute. So the machine has actually turned itself off. So after a minute it has heated up sufficiently inside here, according to Karcher, to kill the mites. Hello? I think they're goners. Anyway, that's well timed. Here comes the Ocado strawberry van with my shopping. Right, that's it. I'm off. See you later.